In the vast cosmos of human interaction, we sometimes encounter entities that seem to drain our energy, toxic relationships. These can manifest in various forms: romantic entanglements, familial ties, friendships, even professional connections. Each can leave a profound impact, affecting our peace and well-being. It's essential to approach these relationships from a spiritual perspective, to navigate them with wisdom and grace. If you find this content enlightening, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more transformative insights. To navigate away from a storm first, we must recognize it. A wise person once said that. But what if that storm is a toxic relationship? How do we recognize it? Well, let's delve into that. A toxic relationship is often characterized by emotional manipulation. This can take the form of guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or playing the victim. It's like a puppeteer pulling your strings, making you dance to their tune, leaving you feeling confused, drained, or even guilty for no apparent reason. Now let's talk about constant negativity. This is another sign of a toxic relationship. The relationship feels like a dark cloud, always threatening to rain on your parade. Every conversation, every interaction seems to drain your energy, leaving you feeling depleted, frustrated, or unhappy. Another red flag is a lack of respect. This might manifest as disregard for your feelings, your time, or your boundaries. You may feel belittled, controlled, or unimportant. It's like being a bird in a cage, longing to stretch your wings and fly, but trapped by the bars of disrespect. But remember, these are just signs, not definitive judgments. Relationships are complex, and sometimes people go through hard times that might temporarily reflect these signs. The key is to trust your intuition. If your gut is constantly telling you something's off, pay attention. Your intuition is your spiritual compass, guiding you away from harm's way. And here's something important. Recognizing a toxic relationship doesn't mean you're judging the other person. It simply means you're acknowledging the dynamics that are harmful to your well-being. It's not about labeling them as bad or wrong. It's about identifying the patterns that are not serving you. So, let's wrap this up. Emotional manipulation, constant negativity, and lack of respect are some of the signs of a toxic relationship. Trust your intuition when these signs show up consistently. Once we identify these energy vampires, we can begin to reclaim our peace. And remember, your peace is worth protecting. Detachment, a valuable spiritual tool, aids us in preserving our energy. A profound yet practical concept, detachment is about creating a mental and emotional space between you and the external world. It's like an invisible shield that protects your peace, allowing you to observe without absorbing the energy around you. Detachment is not about creating a physical distance or severing ties. It's about understanding that your happiness should not be tied to the actions, words, or opinions of others. It's about embracing the fact that you can't control everything around you, and that's okay. It's about realizing that you are the one in charge of your inner peace. Now you may be wondering, how can I practice detachment in my daily life? It starts with mindfulness. Be present in the moment. Notice your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Recognize that they are fleeting, like clouds in the sky. They come and go, but you remain unscathed and unaltered. Next, practice acceptance. Accept the fact that people are different and they may not always act or think as you do. Accept that you cannot control others' actions, only your reactions. Accept the imperfections of life and see them as opportunities for growth. Lastly, cultivate self-love. When you love yourself, you create a strong foundation that cannot be shaken by external factors. You become less reliant on external validation and more attuned to your inner voice. You start to prioritize your peace and well-being over pleasing others. Remember, detachment does not equate to indifference. It's not about being cold or uncaring. Detachment is a conscious choice that you make for your own well-being. It's about choosing to respond rather than react. It's about choosing peace over chaos. The beauty of detachment is that it doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start caring for yourself as well. It's about finding that balance where you can be compassionate and supportive without sacrificing your peace. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means choosing peace over chaos. It means embracing the freedom that comes with letting go, the serenity that follows acceptance, and the strength that stems from self-love. Boundaries, like a protective aura, shield us from energy drainers. The concept of setting boundaries can be likened to drawing a circle around the self. This circle, this boundary, is a line of respect that we ask others not to cross. It is a necessary facet of maintaining a healthy relationship with oneself and others. So how does setting boundaries contribute to self-respect and personal growth? Well, when we establish boundaries, we are essentially asserting our worth. We are communicating that our time, energy, and emotions are valuable and should be respected. This act of self-assertion, in turn, nurtures our self-esteem and personal growth. Consider this analogy. Picture a magnificent castle. This castle, your castle, is your mind, your heart, your spirit. Now, would you let just anyone walk into your castle uninvited, tracking in mud, causing chaos? Of course not. You would have gates, guards, protocols in place to protect your precious castle. Just as you would protect your castle, you should protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual spaces by setting clear, firm boundaries. Now, how do we communicate these boundaries effectively? The key, quite simply, is honesty and assertiveness. It's about expressing your needs and expectations in a clear, respectful manner. It's about standing your ground, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about saying no when you need to without feeling guilty. Remember, it's perfectly okay to say no to things that drain your energy or infringe upon your peace. It's important to remember, though, that setting boundaries is not about shutting people out or being unapproachable. It's about establishing a healthy balance between your needs and the needs of others. It's about creating a space wherein mutual respect and understanding can flourish. So, let's start setting boundaries. Let's start valuing ourselves more. Let's start asserting our worth. Let's start protecting our castles. Remember, setting boundaries is not about creating walls, but about planting roses around our sacred garden. In the journey of spiritual growth, self-care is the fuel, and healing is the destination. Having navigated the rocky terrain of toxic relationships, you've made the crucial decision to detach and set boundaries. Now, it's time to focus on the most important person in this journey, you. Self-care and healing are the vital elements that will allow you to progress forward, stronger and more resilient than before. Self-care isn't just about pampering yourself with bubble baths and chocolates, although those are certainly enjoyable. It's about nurturing your mind, body and spirit, giving them the attention and care they deserve. It's about listening to your inner voice and honoring its whispers. It's about feeding your soul with things that make you feel alive and connected. Self-care practices can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to breathe deeply, soaking in the beauty of a sunrise, or immersing yourself in a book that resonates with your soul. It could be physical exercise to invigorate your body, or meditation to calm your mind. Remember, self-care is personal and unique to each individual. Find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Healing, on the other hand, is the process of mending the emotional wounds inflicted by toxic relationships. It's about acknowledging the pain, understanding it, and then letting it go. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires patience and compassion towards oneself. It might involve seeking professional help or engaging in therapeutic activities like journaling or art. Healing is also about forgiveness, not for the ones who hurt you, but for yourself. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't recognize your worth, for the times you allowed others to cross your boundaries. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to healing and sets you free from the chains of the past. As we heal, we not only recover, but also transform, becoming the best version of ourselves. Embrace this transformation, for it is proof of your resilience and strength. Remember, the most beautiful diamonds are created under pressure. Our spiritual journey is like navigating through a celestial map, filled with constellations of experiences. We've journeyed together through the cosmos of our relationships, identifying the toxic stars that dim our light. Remember, recognition is the first step towards transformation. Once we acknowledge these draining connections, we can begin to chart a healthier course. We've discovered the power of detachment, an art of disentangling ourselves from the gravitational pull of harmful relationships. Like the moon orbits the Earth without being consumed by it, we too can interact without losing ourselves. We've also explored the importance of setting boundaries like protective force fields that protect our energy and maintain our spiritual equilibrium. These boundaries are not walls, but rather solar winds that keep harmful cosmic rays at bay. Lastly, we delved into the healing sanctuary of self-care. Just as stars rejuvenate themselves by fusing lighter elements into heavier ones, we too can transform our pain into power, our trauma into triumph. So, as we conclude this cosmic journey, remember that you are the captain of your celestial ship, navigating through the cosmos of your experiences. Recognize the toxic stars, practice the art of detachment, set your boundaries, and prioritize your self-care and healing. Remember, you are a celestial being on a human journey. Navigate wisely. Until next time, keep growing, keep healing, and keep shining. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more spiritual insights.